Ladies and gentlemen of the press, my name is Onchari Oyeyo, an employee of the Center for African Progress, arguably the best research company in East and Central Africa. And today we have a press briefing regarding research we did for the month of August. It's a tracking poll which seeks to establish the popularity of candidates who've expressed interest for the 2027 Nairobi County governor's position. So a brief introduction about Nairobi. All of you guys know it's our capital, both political, administrative, and even economic. It's actually the biggest city in East and Central Africa as well, with a GDP of $16 billion as of 2023. That is quite something. A population of around 4.4 million people, and a total of 2.5 million registered voters as of 2022. So as we went to the polls in 2022, Nairobi had a total number of 2.4 million registered voters. Now, the 2.4 million registered voters are distributed in 17 constituencies, which are divided further down into 85 wards. So every single cycle we have 85 elected MCAs representing Nairobians in the Nairobi County Assembly. So Nairobi is not a joke. It's not the kind of place Kenyans should take for granted. So this poll is done after every 3 months, and we have a total of 6 candidates, actually 5 candidates, who've come out to express interest in going for the governor's position in 2027, led by Embakasi East Member of Parliament, Babu Owino. There is the former Member of Parliament for Dagoretti South, Waweru. We have the current governor who is intending to defend his seat, Governor Johnson Koskei Sakaja. Then we have the guy who contested for governor in Murang'a County, called Irungu Nyakera. And then we have the current Member of Parliament for Embakasi North, the Honorable James Kakuya. So a total of 6 candidates have come out to express interest in going for the governor's position in 2027 in Nairobi County. So according to our research, a total number of Nairobians who feel that Nairobi is headed in the wrong direction is 92%. So we did a sample of 5,000, and what we do as a company is to increase the number of people we interview so as to make sure whatever we get as the results are as reliable as possible. So 92% of the people we sampled felt that Nairobi is headed in the wrong direction. So obviously they're not interested, they're not excited or happy with the kind of leadership that is being exhibited or offered by the current leadership. So 92% feel that Nairobi is headed in the wrong direction. Then we have 4% who think Nairobi is headed in the right direction, and then 4% who are not sure. So that is the reason as to why, as early as 2023, a number of Nairobians began clamoring for actually a new direction, which obviously they believe can only come from a new governor. So that is why the popularity of the current governor is quite low. So without wasting time, let's go to the results. Of course, one thing that I have to clarify is that the Center for African Progress is not new in this field of polling. We've done polling in the past. In 2016, we predicted that Sonko could become governor. And of course, in 2017, when they had the election, we actually beat incumbent governor, Dr. Ivan Skidero. And of course, in 2017, actually in 2016, just before the election, no, 2017, it's only the Center for African Progress which correctly predicted that Uhuru Kenyatta could beat Raila Odinga in the presidential election. And we even gave the exact figures by which, Uhuru could beat Raila. Of course, the election was nullified, but according to us, that election was free and fair. Obviously, that is a very controversial subject. So we are not new in this field, and we do produce results that can be, banked on. So that is the information that I presented to you guys about the state of Nairobi, number of registered voters, the total population, the GDP, I've given you the sample size that we used in this study. The direction of the county, as I told you, 92% feel that the county is headed in the wrong direction, and that is the same data in pie charts. Now the candidates are there. That is Babu Owino, Member of Parliament, Embakasi East. That is Dennis Waweru, former Member of Parliament in Gubernatorial North, and he was also the co-convener in the Building Bridges Initiative that failed eventually. That is Governor Koske Johnson Sakaja, the current governor of the county. That is James Gakuya, Member of Parliament, Embakasi North. And then, of course, we have Irungu Nyakera, who vied for governor in Muranga County, and I think he got around 100 or 115 votes in the 2022 gubernatorial election in Muranga. So he thinks maybe he can come to Nairobi, and, you know, who knows. So what we got is as follows. Out of 5,000 people responded in this study, 1,850 or 37% felt that Babu Owino can be the best governor if given a chance to lead this county, followed by 1,750, which is equivalent to 35% for Dennis Waweru. And then we have Sakaja getting 750, which is 15%. And then James Gakuya 6%. Irungu Nyakera gets 1%, which is not very far from the 100 or 115 votes he got in Muranga County in 2022 when he went for the same position. And we have a history of Nairobians rejecting people who come from outside trying to offer leadership. You remember in 2017, Peter Kenneth, former Member of Parliament for Gatanga in Muranga County, came here and worked very hard to become Nairobi governor. Obviously, it never worked. He got 40,000 votes in the general election as an independent candidate. That is the same information presented to you guys in a pie chart. So that is the end of the presentation. In case of any questions, I'm here to respond. Thank you so much. That is a good question. You know, at the end of the day, you'll find so many candidates. Now we have the main candidates and the fringe candidates. Out of a sample of 5,000, we cannot get to every Nairobian. We're talking about 2.5 million registered voters. So it means she has not gone out there to reach as many people as possible for us to be able to access respondents who can tell us that Kaguru is also what? A candidate. Because our questionnaires are open-ended, you actually put in the name of the candidate. So it's not something that is closed. So the guys who have been presented here, the ones whose names were captured in the questionnaires. It's a very fair sampling method, whereby we don't just present names to you. No, we let you give us the names you've heard about. Yes. This one here? Yes. Yes, there's yes. 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 That is a good question. If it works like that, it's possible. But then, again, it does not necessarily mean that if Gakuya is not on the ballots, his supporters will automatically go to who? Dennis Waweru. It doesn't work like that. That is why sometimes, if, for example, let's say I want to vote for Musyoka in the presidential election of 2027, then he decides to back out. You know, it does not mean I'll support a candidate given to me by the united opposition. I can shift and vote for Kasongo. You know, it can work like that. So it does not automatically mean that if it's just one candidate from Mulima, he automatically becomes invincible. Okay? Yes. Yes. Did we do what? Sorry? Now, there is a very special method that is used by the Center for African Progress, because we know that the organizing principle of Kenyan politics is tribe. So if you go talking to only Mount Kenya people, they'll most likely give you a candidate from that region. So if you go talking to people who come from Nyanza, for instance, Luo Nyanza, they'll most likely give you Babu Owino. So if you go talking to people who come from, for example, Rift Valley, they'll give you Koskei Sakaja. So what we do is mixing, okay? So that you make sure that it then what? It's representative of the mosaic of the Kenyan people. Yes. As of now, eventually, the political party, of course, will play a very big role. As we speak now, the most popular party, we did that study, I think, last time, is DCP. It's at around 37%. And it's followed by UDA, 22%, ODM, 20%. And of course, we have Wiper, around 10%, Jubilee, 1%, and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, it's going to be very, very important for these guys to be in the right party, because you can be as popular, for example, as Dennis Waweru, as a Mulima candidate, and then you come in using a party like Jubilee, which means the DCP leader will not have a chance of endorsing you, because as we speak now, he's the most popular politician from Mount Kenya. And because around 1 million voters in Nairobi are from that region, you become disadvantaged if you're not in that particular political party. So eventually, political parties will matter a great deal. Yes.